Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
And I am Commander Collins.
Yeah, today we're going to be talking about Patrick Stewart. And in episode 3, we see a scene 14 years earlier, so in 2385, when he basically left Starfleet, handed in his resignation. And we were wondering if, when they showed this scene, if they were going to do any de-aging to his character. I really didn't notice too much when I was watching it. But yeah, they actually did smooth out some wrinkles and do a few things.
So this was a funny scene because 14 years, it's only 5 years, 6 years after Nemesis, and he looked 20 years younger in Nemesis, because it's 20 years ago, or 15. But watching the scene the first time, I'm like, he looks better there. I couldn't place how, but he did look better. And he also talked slightly stronger as well. Like, he did feel younger. But I couldn't, and I was excited for this episode, Stuart, with you to do comparisons and see, well, what do they do? How do they make him look younger? Because I couldn't place it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Well, here's a direct side by side, and this is obviously 14 years ago, but 5 years or 6 years after Nemesis, and it's hard one to find these sort of screen caps because he's often reacting to things. You want a clean, crisp close up, so he's not exact. Because obviously he's upping his eyes, so the top wrinkles are more. But all of his face is still there, but he does look younger to me.
Yes, they've definitely smoothed out the wrinkles, reduced the bags under his eyes, the lines here, the jowls area, and his neck is hidden by his uniform, so you can't see that kind of thing.
And I do think being given the uniform helps because it straightens out his shoulders and makes him sit up. Like, he looked better anyway. But I don't know if I'm just seeing things, if it looks better, because it just does look better to me. Like, the skin looks tighter, but they're all there. So, but you can't, and this is a CG face, you can't just make wrinkles less deep. And you can't just make bags on eyes less deep. That's a full digital. Normally you mask things, but it's like, that's a lot of things.
It's probably a combination of good makeup and a little bit of CG touch-ups, I think.
Because this bit of his looks less deep. His entire jawline looks just more thin, more together. Definitely under the eye. I think they've definitely just moved the wrinkles here onwards. That is just gone. That's a clear indication. And yeah, the bags under the eyes. But the wrinkles are all there. They're just less deep. It confuses me, Stuart.
Yeah, and I think they also did, with his complexion, like I said, with makeup, they got rid of a lot of the spots, the liver spots and stuff that you see. So I think that's a big thing.
Like, he looks great here. I wish he looked like this in the entire show.
Yeah, it feels more like old Picard, I think. Well, or not old Picard, but old Picard. Timeline-wise, our old Picard from TNG is what I'm saying, not old Picard.
But this was, I think, quite a good thing for them to do. Just de-age him a bit. It has had to feel younger. It wasn't like make him look young again. It was just, But next picture, though, is the timeline. Obviously, the 79 Picard is actually him younger, being the actually younger man, but it's not very many years after. And obviously, the new Picard does allow, people say Patrick doesn't age, but you can tell he is no, he did age just in different ways. So he looks like old man Picard in both, but you put three side by side, what do you
think? Again, yeah, you can see a nice progression here, because it's 3 years from Nemesis to the 2385, 6 years there, so it's like a little bit of change. And that's one of the things, yeah, you said with Patrick Stewart, he doesn't age, they say. He really didn't. I find that people that don't age, they don't age to a certain point, and then all of a sudden they age really quickly. And I have that feeling that's what happened with Patrick Stewart, because he does look a lot frailer than he used to, for sure. And it came rather quickly. He doesn't look bad by any means.
Yeah, it's successfully de-aged old man Picard as opposed to a young man aged Picard, because he's lost all of the cheeks, like all of the chubby cheeks and all the weight he had in Nemesis. He's lost. He's just a thinner.
And it's funny because when you have these side by side pictures of someone aging, I don't know if you know this, but your nose and your ears never stop growing. So you can see that here. His nose is a different shape now that he's older.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because it's cartilage, right? It gets regenerated pretty constantly. So your nose and your ears never stop growing. So the older you get, anyway, but it's very subtle. But you can see it here when it's side by side. Just something that popped into my head for some reason. So
I do think that they took Nemesis' inspiration for how his wrinkles should look. I think beyond the fact that his face is now a different shape, he looks. If you look at wrinkle arrangement, is no more than Nemesis, pretty much, give or take. Whereas then real life, it's like, yep. But it's so subtle and well done. I give him absolute credit for this. It was a great touch.
Yeah, and yeah, I didn't notice it. I was kind of looking for it at first, but just because of the way the scene's lit, it's outside, it's in the bright sunlight, it's very different than the dark shot. See him in Chateau Picard in darkness, and see him in the field, but he's got his hat on with the shade on his face. So I couldn't really see much of a difference. But when you do this side by side, you can actually see that. Yeah, I think they did some. It was a good combination of both makeup and CG touch-ups for sure.
I would love to see if they should do it, because you can do a full digital scan of the actor's face and then go into that full incredibly high-res digital model and then de-age that and then put it back on the face. But he didn't look uncanny valley. He didn't look like a digital face on top.
Like in which X-Men movie was that where they de-aged him?
Well, it was both.
And he just looked
3 and Origins, yeah.
Just looked super creepy.
And in The Irishman, which you think is a de-age, it's not. It's a completely CG face, which is bizarre, but actually is. That you can see the face is not real. Like, it looks cool, but it's not real. Whereas that's why I prefer just de-aging like Samuel L. Jackson, Marvel, the film. It's just, it's ridiculously amazing. And this, I think, is a good example of that. But I think they must have done like a CG version of his eyes. Because how do you less deepen wrinkles? I don't understand. Without doing a full CG part of that,
I'm not a CG scientist. I don't know.
Well, they were, so good job, guys. And I still hope to see younger Picard in other scenes. I mean, we saw the end of his career. Hopefully we'll see other bits, other moments. Who knows? Always good to see. Because he did add a different energy to that, which I liked, that scene. I mean, it was defeated energy, but he also sort of, something about it.
No, I totally agree with that. Yeah, so I mean, I think they did a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to seeing maybe more flashback scenes. I'm sure we'll get a few. At least I'm hoping so. But let us know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think about this de-aging? What processes do you think we're using? We'll probably find out at some point on the making of or, a ready room. But so far, haven't really heard. So let us know your thoughts down below. And don't forget to hit the like button. Share this video around. Oh, there's a notification icon too, the little bell. Hit it. Make sure it says all, so you get notified when we upload. And yeah.
And of course, support us via Patreon if you can. Great way to support the channel each and every month, even a little bit. Like, you wouldn't notice $5 a month, really. For that videos we do every single week during the Picard, and we'll do for Discovery Season 3 and Lower Decks and Prodigy. Really important stuff that we want to cover, talk about, dissect, have these scene by scenes and shot by shots in full HD, all that jazz. Support if you want to see more, please do. Or join our Super Chat lives every single week, couple of times a week, normally at 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. GMT. Be part of the community, say hi. We're getting great numbers, great interaction. And if you Super Chat $5 there, we have to read out whatever you say. It's kind of our rule. Or a one-time donation at Trekyards. Hotmail.com. That goes towards new kit and trips and such. There's so many great ways, all of which do help. And if you do a bit of everything, we can do this for a long time to come.
And don't forget, there's some Trekyards merchandise down there too. Just check out all the links down below. There's a lot of cool stuff. So anyway, guys, until next time, when we're both going to be older, hopefully not visibly so, but I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Connor Coggins. Bye, guys.
See ya.